Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Eminence, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to get the Terminus Easter egg. I apologize, this video is coming out a lot later than I wanted it to. I've had some personal stuff going on, and the weather has been super bad by me, so I've had power outages here and there. But now we're back on track, and I'm going to get this video out for you guys. Try to get this Easter egg as soon as possible. Directory mode comes out very soon here. I actually think next week. And once that comes out, you're going to lose the ability to get the calling card and skin for completing the Easter egg early, so I do urge you to complete this Easter egg as soon as possible. Alright, but first things first on this Easter egg, we're going to be turning on the power. I'm going to skip past it in this video. I don't think you need me showing you how to walk through the indicators that are on your screen, so I'm going to skip past that. Once we have Pack-a-Punch open, we can go from there. Alright, now that we've got the last amp generator turned on, we're going to raise the Pack-a-Punch out of the water, and then we can move on to the first step of getting the Wonder Weapon for this Easter egg. Now, if you want to skip past this, you can do a Wonder Bar and get it that way, or you can try to hit the box and get lucky, but this is a surefire way of getting it. The first thing we're going to want to do is collect 500 scrap. We're going to need the Dead Wire Ammo mod. I don't know if there's any other way to do it without it. If there is, I have not figured that out, so we're going to need dead wire for this next part. Alright, now that we've got dead wire, we're going to be shooting 3 electrical boxes. Now, you can get 3 electrical boxes off of this first go. If you don't get it, don't sweat it. These are not on a timer, so you can get them whenever in the round as long as you shoot them in this specific order. The first one is going to be directly behind us to the right on Pack-a-Punch, behind this window. You'll see the electrical box here. The next one is also to your right on the wall. Just follow the electricity and shoot it. And the last one is behind Pack-a-Punch. And then we're going to go to the living quarters for our final 2. Alright, now that we have all of the electrical boxes shot, a secret room will open up outside of the living quarters. Walk in and look to your left, you should see a zombie. Shoot the zombie and pick up the item that it drops, and then we can move on to our next step of getting this Wonder Weapon. Now, going forward from there, we're going to turn on 3 computers. This can be done in any order. The first computer that I'm going to turn on is right outside of Quick Revive here. The next computer that I'm going to turn on is outside of the spawn area by communications on the balcony here. And then our last and final computer will be over by the docks behind Deadshot Daiquiri here. Now, you have noticed that these have symbols on them. That is for a math equation that we're going to be bringing into the secret room. I'm going to show you 2 ways to solve it in just 1 second. Alright, after turning on the last computer at Deadshot Daiquiri, hang a right and make your way to the gun platform. Go straight across the balcony here, go to the C tower, and we're going to interact with a briefcase in here. That's going to give us the first part for the Wonder Weapon. Now, when you pick this up, a bunch of vermin will spawn. They're super easy to kill, so just take those out, and then make your way back to the secret room that we opened up earlier in the video. Alright, once we've made our way back to the hidden room we opened up earlier, you're going to see a whiteboard. On this whiteboard, there's going to be a math equation. You can either solve this in your head, or you can pay 5,000 points to Peck to unlock the answer to this equation and get the next part for the Wonder Weapon.
Somebody paid me not to kill him.
Easy money.
Regardless of what you decide to do, take the answers from the equation, rather it be that you solved it or you bought it from Peck, to the machine, punch them in, and wait for the computer to highlight an island. I think you have to wait until at least round 9, but once it does calibrate, go to the island with the piece that we got from the gun tower out of the Breeze Cave earlier, and we're going to get the last part for the Wonder Weapon. Once you hear the audio that the multi-phasic resonator has been calibrated, walk back to the secret room where we punched in the numbers, and go to the computer and pick up the part that we got out of the C tower. Look at the computer screen and take note of what island it says it's calibrated to. It's going to be the same every single time, so if you've done this once, the next time you do it, it'll be the same island again and again. But grab that part and we're going to bring it to that island to get the last piece of the Wonder Weapon. Alright, now that we've made it to the island, we're going to walk up and interact with this orb. Once you interact with this orb, it's going to spawn a bunch of zombies. You're waiting for the orb to pop up into the sky and imbue a zombie with energy. Once you kill that zombie, it's going to drop an orb. You're going to pick up that orb and walk it into the other orb, and then you'll do this twice per island. We're going to do this on 3 different islands, this being the first. Alright, now that we've killed the second zombie imbued with energy, we're going to walk it into the orb. The orb is going to shoot up into the sky and go on to our second island. It's the same thing on the other island. We're going over there and we're going to rinse and repeat the same step. Walk up to the orb, interact with it. The same thing is going to start. Wait for a zombie to be imbued with energy, kill it, put the orb inside of the orb, do this twice. Alright, once again, we've killed the second zombie, put its essence into the orb, picked up the part, and now we're going to the last and final island that we have to do this on. And it's the same thing over there, one more time. Walk up to the orb, interact, kill 2 zombies, put the essence there, and then we are ready to build the Wonder Weapon. Don't forget to grab your part, then make your way back to the hidden room we unlocked earlier in the video.
About fucking time.
Alright, now that we have the Wonder Weapon, our next step is getting a hard drive. To do this, we're going to find tentacle traps around the map. There's 3 different locations that this can spawn at, and I'll show you that in the video now. The first one is here, outside of the living quarters. The next one is here in the sea cave, going towards the biolab. And the last one that it can spawn at is directly across from the sea cave, going towards PhD Flopper. Now, if you'll notice in the video, I keep looking at the ground. As you can see on this one, there's blood and a key card on the ground. That's how you know that you've got the right one, so you don't have to waste points and buy it and shoot the trap, just in case it's not the correct one. But regardless, once you have found the correct one, activate the trap, shoot the middle mouth with the Wonder Weapon, and it will drop a hard drive that we're going to bring to Peck. Alright, now that we give the hard drive to Peck, we're going to get a code to free Nathan. Go to the left to the interrogation room, walk over to the cell here, and look at the clock. Whatever the hour hand is on is the first number to your code. In my case, this game, it was 2. The next number of the code is in the mess hall. Walk into the mess hall and look at the bulletin board. To the left, you should see a playing card. In my case, it was the 6 of clubs, so my next number is 6. The last and final number for the code will be inside of engineering. There should be a days since last injury sign, and the number on that will be the last number that you need. In my case, it is 2. Alright, now that we have the last bit of the code, we're going to go back to the biolab, walk up to the middle room, interact with Nathan, let him finish his dialogue, and then we can punch the code into the keycard. Now, this is going to start a mini boss fight that is actually pretty difficult, so make sure you are prepared for this. Definitely have Mustang Sally or some super high-powered pack gun. Make sure you have your perks, and make sure you have armor. This can cost you a run really quickly. I recommend bringing decoy grenades to get the zombies off of you, or even using the Idolize Gobble Gum. If you use the Idolize Gobble Gum, you can end this fight super quick, especially if you have Ray Gun or Mustang and Sally. I actually use the Pack-a-Punch ASG in this fight because I think it does really good damage to Nathan and the zombies that run around. Your goal in this fight is to just kill Nathan and survive against the zombies. The zombies are going to continuously spawn until Nathan's dead, so make sure if you're using the Wonder Weapon, you're taking advantage of the secondary fire action that the Wonder Weapon has. Stun the zombies with it, and then use your primary action to kill the zombies, but like I said, your goal is to just kill him and then move on to the next step. Once you have killed Nathan, a cutscene will play. I'm not going to show that here. And then afterwards, we are going to jump down into the water where we activated Pack-a-Punch earlier, and we're looking for a key card to activate a lockdown for the next step of the Easter egg.
Okay, I found the protocol to access the Janus AI system. I'm gonna need you to input the command via a PC in the communications room. Got it? Chop chop.
After we've picked up that key card, we're going to bring it to the ship that's floating out in the water. There should be a hole in the bottom of it. Drive your boat underneath that, go up to the ladder here, and walk into this room. Once you're in this room, walk up to the table to the left and pick up one of the nodes. Now, you can immediately drop one of these nodes because much like the Liberty Falls canisters, once you have one, you can't run or sprint or dive or anything like that, so this lockdown can get a little hectic if you carry it through time. If you have somebody with you, make sure they come into this room with you when you're doing this so that you can both pick up a canister. If you're solo, you'll only be able to carry one at a time, so you'll have to come back here in just 1 second. But regardless, once you have the canister picked up, you'll start the lockdown, and then it's just a matter of survival. Once you have finished the lockdown, a max ammo will spawn, and then we can move on to the next step. In the video, you see me kind of dance around on the boat for a minute. I was trying to see if you could drop a canister on the boat and then pick up another canister to save you from having to make 2 trips. So it would be easier if you have 2 people to do this, because there are 3 separate locations that you have to put 2 of these canisters at. I'll show you these locations in the video now. The first location that it can spawn is here on Crab Island. If the tube is not connected with each other and it's missing one in the middle, you'll know that's where one of your canisters have to go.
You know, with live people.
After you've repaired the pipeline, go back to the boat and pick up your second canister, and then we'll take it to another location.
Bring back my inversion warheads, or I swear I'll...
You'll do nothing, and
The next one ended up being here underneath the sea tower for me, and it's the same thing. Walk up to it, repair it. And then the third location that these can spawn at, that it might be missing a canister, is inside of the sea cave going towards the biolab. You can't miss it. Just walk in there, follow the tube, and you'll see it.
It's like a symphony of clown harp.
Once you have the pipeline repaired, make your way back to spawn and wait for a long dialogue to finish. Once the dialogue is finished, Peck will give you a hacking device that you're going to take to hack buoys in the bay. Once you have a hacking device, make your way back down to the dock and get on a boat, and then we're going to start hacking these buoys. Now, when you hack the first buoy, there's going to be a time limit to successfully do these. I'm not sure if you can do this on another round. I don't know if this does fail the Easter egg if you don't get this in time. I've never failed this, but regardless of that, just kind of follow where I go at in the video. There isn't a specific order that these have to be done in, so you can do this in any order you like, but like I said, just make sure that you get this hacked before that time limit's up. Now, once that time limit is up, it's going to start an actually pretty difficult step in the Easter egg. The island will go into a nuclear detonation phase, and you're going to have 4 minutes to shut down that nuclear detonation phase. Make sure you're prepared for this. I run Aether Shroud to be able to hack the detonators a lot quicker. Monkey bombs would be great, and decoy grenades would be great for this. In the video, before the patch that came out, they used to not save your progress. So if you hopped off of it and you got back on it, your progress was completely just taken away. I didn't know that in this video. So when I'm doing this solo in a minute, you'll see on my last one, I run around for like way too long when I could have just went right back and hopped back on it again. So now if you are solo, and only if you are solo, your progress will stay on the nuclear detonators as you're defusing them. Now, once we've hacked our third and last buoy, we can head to the biolab for a nuclear detonation to start, and we can start defusing. There's going to be 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top, but don't worry, I'll show you where that's at in the video. Alright, now that we've made our way back to the biolab, like I said, nuclear detonation. So on the left, you're going to see one of the rooms, and then another one is going to be on the right. There's 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. I'm going to fast forward this part of the video, so if you need to slow it down, feel free to do so, or if you need to pause it, feel free to do so. It's a pretty difficult step, to be honest, especially if you're by yourself. But your progress stays when you're by yourself now. So, and I didn't know that in this video, but if you are with people, your progress will not save. So you guys have to stay on it. If somebody hops off of it, like I said, progress will reset. So what I really recommend doing is if you have people with you, have somebody protect you while you defuse. Once you've completed this step, you've made it to the boss fight. Now, in the video in a second, you're going to see me play a different character. I'm going to have different guns. I think I'm on a higher round, and I have 2 people with me. My power went out after I finished getting the nuclear detonation key done. So I lost the footage from the boss fight because, of course, it kicked me out of the game. So this is the last bit that I was able to retrieve from everything getting corrupted from my power going out. So the boss fight doesn't change. It's just easier when you're by yourself, honestly. The boss scales with how many people you have, we've noticed, so just be warned of that, but it also is pretty difficult by yourself. But regardless, I'll show you how to do the boss, and then after that, congratulations, you've done the Easter egg. Alright, once you have completed the nuclear detonation, you are ready for the boss fight. So, walk to Melee Macchiato and you'll see a door to the left that will have a green LED. You can interact with this door and then it will start the boss fight. If you are with people, make sure they are ready to go and they can accept that and you can initiate it. Prepare yourself. This is pretty difficult. I recommend bringing in like an LMG, something with a super high ammo count. Definitely Mustang and Sally because its crowd control is amazing. And definitely do not run both wonder weapons. You're going to need a lot of ammo for this fight, and the wonder weapons cost like $10,000 to refill their ammo. So if you're not going to be bringing gobblegums to supply yourself max ammos, you're not going to get a lot in this fight. So make sure you have a gun that has a cheap ammo option. Also, ammo mods like Dead Wire is really good, Brain Rot is really good, and Void is exceptionally good for this boss fight. Regardless of what you decide to do, on this first phase of the boss fight, you'll notice red blisters on the left and right side of the Kraken. Shoot those, damage him as much as you can, and then once he goes away, that will be the end of the first phase. Once you have completed the first phase of the boss fight, you're going to have to survive against a wave of manglers and zombies. Once you have survived against the wave of mangler and zombies, a max ammo will drop, and the second phase of the boss fight will start. Once that max ammo has spawned, you'll know that you're at the end of the mangler and zombie wave, and then the boss will respawn. This time around, you're going to be shooting him in his mouth. He'll have like a lava, fiery effect look to his skin, and that's how you'll know you're into the next phase. And then his mouth is his weak point, so throw everything that you've got into his mouth. Once you've done that, it'll move on to another phase. Once you have shot him in the mouth enough, you'll notice that his fiery skin goes away, and then he shall have green blisters on his tentacles. That is now his new weak point. Shoot his tentacles until both tentacles are gone and have no blisters on them anymore, and you can go on to the next phase of the boss fight. Once you have shot both of the blisters off of his tentacle, he'll go back under the water one more time, pop back up, his skin will be all fiery again, and then his weak point is once again his mouth. Now, watch out while this is going on because he has a tongue that comes out of his mouth, and if it grabs you, it does not matter if you have Juggernog with level 3 armor plates and full health, you will instantly down. So, when you see him go down to the middle and you see a tongue come out, do not cross in the middle. You can go anywhere else, do not go in the middle. While this is going on, you're also going to have to deal with a couple of amalgams, so I recommend bringing Idolize or having monkey bombs or something to get the zombies off of you. Idolize is especially good for this, to just completely kill the amalgams, because it can get pretty difficult, but like I said, kill those amalgams and then focus on killing the boss. Once you have killed the wave of amalgams and manglers and zombies, you're going to get another max ammo. And once you have that max ammo, the boss is going to pop back up, and his mouth is still going to be his weak point. Shoot that until you see him go back under and his skin turn blue. Once his skin turns blue, he has a white face. He's going to charge up a huge energy blast, and if you are not behind something, you will down immediately. So make sure you're behind these metal boxes, like you'll see one on the left, you'll see one on the right, or you can even jump off to the left and the right of the arena by the ladder and duck down there, but make sure you are out of the way when this big blast goes on. Now, when he is in his blue form like this, his forehead is his weak point, so shoot everything you have into his head. And be super, super careful that after the electric white phase, you're paying attention to the middle, because he will come up with that tongue I was talking about earlier and pull you into him. Like I said, you will instantly down. I don't know if you can shoot the tongue and save yourself, or if your friends can save you. That's not happened for us so far, so I think it's just an instant down. So be really careful after that phase that you're not running to the middle without paying attention. Once you have finished that phase, congratulations, you have completed the Terminus Easter egg. Now, if this video was helpful to you, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.